Here are 19 intriguing facts about the shortest war in history, the Anglo-Zanzibar War of 1896. 1. The war lasted only 38 to 45 minutes. The Anglo-Zanzibar War is recognized as the shortest war in history, lasting somewhere between 38 and 45 minutes. 2. Date of the war. The war occurred on August 27, 1896. 3. Cause of the war. The conflict was sparked by the death of the Sultan of Zanzibar, Hamad bin Thuwaini, and the succession of Sultan Khalid bin Bargash, who was not supported by the British. 4. Zanzibar was a British protectorate. Zanzibar was a protectorate of Britain at the time, and the British had a vested interest in controlling the island's leadership. 5. Sultan Khalid's reign was unpopular. Sultan Khalid was not favored by the British due to his pro-German stance and his desire for more independence for Zanzibar. 6. The British demanded Khalid's abdication. The British gave Sultan Khalid an ultimatum: step down from the throne or face military action. 7. Khalid refused to abdicate. Sultan Khalid refused to step down and barricaded himself in the palace, preparing for a standoff. 8. British forces were well prepared. The British brought a powerful military presence to the conflict, including warships, artillery, and around 1,000 soldiers. 9. Zanzibar's defenses were weak. The Sultan's forces had only a few thousand poorly equipped soldiers and a small number of artillery pieces. 10. The battle took place on land and at sea. The British launched their attack both on land and with naval bombardments. 11. The British naval bombardment. The British ships, including the HMS St. George and the HMS Philomel, began bombarding the palace and other military targets. 12. Khalid's palace was destroyed. The shelling caused massive damage to the Sultan's palace and other buildings in the city. 13. The war ended quickly. In less than an hour, the Sultan's forces were defeated, and the palace was in ruins. Sultan Khalid fled the palace and took refuge in the German consulate. 14. Casualties. The war resulted in approximately 500 casualties on the Zanzibari side, while only one British sailor was injured. 15. The British installed a puppet sultan. After the war, the British installed a puppet sultan, Sultan Hamad bin Mohammed, who was more amenable to British interests. 16. The war was predicted to be short. British officials anticipated the conflict would be brief, but they didn't expect it to end quite so quickly. 17. A diplomatic incident led to war. The death of the previous sultan and the succession issue led to diplomatic tensions between the British and the Zanzibari court. 18. Zanzibar became a British colony. Following the war, Zanzibar remained under British control until it gained independence in 1963. 19. The Anglo-Zanzibar War's legacy. While it was a brief and largely symbolic conflict, the war marked the final stages of British imperial dominance over the island and contributed to the eventual dissolution of the Sultanate of Zanzibar.